Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It is 3:30. Sorry, this video is a little later than wanted to get it out. Been tied up with some other things. So let's just jump right into it. Here are our old crop soybeans. This is your January contract here. You got 2 days in a row of weakness. That's a little bit more than we would have liked to have seen, and it's honestly a little more than we want to see in relationship to Monday's low. So the volatility is pretty extreme here, right? Big up, big down, really no news to speak of other than some currency manipulation stuff happening in South America. So I don't think it's enough to say definitively, hey, we're bullish now, we're bearish now. It's just another day of volatility. We're looking for these lows here at 13 to hold, and certainly this low back here to hold. You can see we're still in this corrective price channel. No reason to get too worked up or excited about just volatility inside the trading range that we're used to, even though it's boring and we're ready for it to get out of those ranges. New crop beans, they actually finished pretty strong on the day, right? Only down 6, well off their lows. This is what we expect. We have the big up day Monday, we have a reversal, and now we're bouncing back off the bottom. We don't want to see it dally. We want to get it up and out of here and higher. Otherwise, we're going to have to hedge this market. So let's take a look at what that looks like on the old crop. Same thing. We want to see it up and gone. We don't want to see it sit here and chop and then break lower like that, right? So we want to be pretty defensive right down in this area and not take on a whole lot of risk in old or new crop beans. So if you're holding those and we're managing for you, stand ready because we're probably close to a signal there depending on how they trade into tomorrow and Friday. All right, old crop corn just cannot get 2 or 3 days consecutive in a direction here, right? We had this move, but this whole move was only, up to this consolidation was only 10 cents, and the peak out here was only 17 cents. So it's 5 days straight up, and it didn't really go anywhere. And now we're, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. We're just kind of all over the place, right inside that range. So there's not a whole lot of reason to overthink where corn is, what it's doing here. It's just as simple as we don't want to see these lows go away or give way. And if they can't hold, then we've got to move into some protection and sell these things. How are we going to sell it if we break lower? Honestly, I just like buying puts and selling calls up above it, or you could sell futures down here and look to re-own if we start to get some strength. So no need to overcomplicate what that's doing. In D's 24, new crop, we're just not holding the upper levels here. We're out of the wedge, but we're holding this downtrend line. And it's kind of the same formation as the old crop, where you have this reversal bar consolidation. Now we've tested the bottom side of it. We'll see if this support can outlast or overpower this resistance right up here. And there's no way to know that until you get more price action. So we're long calls, short futures here, perfectly happy with that. Our goal is to get out of futures if we get down here, or out of the long calls if we get down in here, and we're happy to eat that premium if this $5 level, or more importantly the magnet in this support area down here doesn't hold. Then we'll just move to the sideline and hold short hedges, put calls back on if we come back up. It's not real complicated. Okay, and now wheat, man, talk about volatility in wheat, right? Here is Monday, here's Tuesday, here's Wednesday. The top of this range is 663, the bottom of this range is 629. So you got about 35-cent range, and we've touched the top and the bottom of it each of the last 3 days. So you go top to bottom, that's 1, back to the top, that's 2, back to the bottom, that's 3. Up, down, up, or down, up, down, I guess I should say. Does that mean anything for future direction? No, I don't think it does. I think it's just a volatile pattern given the magnitude of what this low could be. So if that's a low and it's coming off of, let's zoom this out and look at it on a little bit bigger picture here. If that is actually, I know I'm getting this kind of messed up here, but okay. If that is actually a bottom off of this big move down here, then you should expect some volatility on a throwback down to the lows. This is perfectly acceptable, and I think it's actually pretty darn healthy action when you look at it from a big long-term standpoint. All right, so no new action, nothing really to write home about. We will be back with you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. See ya.